Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle chair yoga practice. Today we're working with the theme of change. So we're going to go ahead and get started where I will take you into a quiet centering, and then I'll go through some inspirational quotes on change, and then I'm going to weave this into our practice today. So if this is something you like, please subscribe because I do a different one every week with a little different focus. Today we're going to be focusing on hamstrings. So we'll get started. So just sitting up as best you can. Notice if you're leaning back or slouching, can you engage the muscles in your back and just low back and sit way up, not overarched, but just straight up, pressing down through your feet. And you can draw your hands to your sides for a moment. You could even hold on and just close the eyes and focus on all the muscles you're sitting on. We call that mula bandha. So it means root lock. And then above that, below the belly button, draw the belly in and get a sense of lifting or flying upward. Uddiyana bandha, it means flying upward. And then at the top of the spine, draw the chin down. Jalandhara bandha, or chin lock, and it seals in the energies of the bandhas and supports you from inside. So now you can just release the hands and begin to focus on your breath. So as you inhale, visualize the rib cage expanding. And then as you exhale, visualize how the rib cage relaxes. Inhale, visualize the expansion. And then exhale, it comes closer together. Inhale, the rib cage expands. Exhale, it draws closer together. Take your hands together in prayer position, and we'll vibrate together with the mantra Om. And then I'll go through the quotes. Inhale. Change is the only constant in life. One's ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life. Surrender to what is. Let go of what was. Have faith in what will be. Life is a balance of holding on and letting go. If you're brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello. If nothing changed, there'd be no butterflies. Change. For me, this is so important because as our bodies age and change, can we accept this and can we do what we can to support it? And I love that curiosity of where you can take that. So we can use this chair for assistance, and we'll just gently just sit up again, reestablish that, right? And we're just gonna gently look side to side. So just turn your head to the right and come back. Now I want you to do this all the while having a gentle gaze down the nose and leading with the head, not the eyes, and come back. So it's almost like your chin is turning. You're gazing down the nose and back. Keep it really easy. The shoulders are rolling away from your ears. And come back. And now we'll say yes. So drop the chin, a gentle stretch to the back of the neck. Try to do this right at the top of the skull, right at the top of the spine, where the skull meets the spine. And then come down. Just keep it gentle. Again, I'm gazing down the nose and keeping that gaze. Don't lead with the eyes. It's a little stressful when you do that. And go back down. And come up. And now we're going to go side to side. So take a moment to roll the shoulders down and wide and just drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. It doesn't have to go very far. And then inhale. Don't push it. Just let it happen. The weight of your head. So just drop that left ear and then come back. And then we'll go back to the right. And this time I'm just going to take my hand and use the weight of the hand to encourage the neck to stretch. I'm rolling this left shoulder away from the ear, and then I'm going to take my chin down, and I feel a really nice stretch all on the side of the neck here. And breathe. Take a couple more breaths, and then inhale back to the side, and slowly coming up. We'll go to the other side, so just drop the left ear, shoulders away from your ears, and then take the left hand, just use the weight of the hand. I'm not pulling. And breathe. And I'm gazing down my nose as I turn and look down. Feel a nice stretch here. Really reaching away with that right shoulder. Breathing. And then inhale back to center. And coming all the way up. And now let's reach the arms. Inhale, reach way up. And think about it from the back of the shoulder blades, really rolling them away from your ears, but still lifting up. So big stretch up. And exhale, reach out. We'll do that again. Big reach. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. And let's take a twist to the right. So you can keep your legs and hips the same, just turn the ribs. You're turning the left ribs to the right on an exhalation. And see where you can go with that. Inhale and exhale. You might be able to take the hand to the back of the chair and take your left hand across. And exhale. Lead with the ribs, gazing down the nose. And then coming back, let's inhale. Shoulders away from the ears. And exhale. And I'm turning the right ribs to the left, gazing down the nose. And turn the ribs on the exhalation. You might be able to take your hand on the back of the chair and this hand, the right hand to the outside of the left knee, and lift up. Keep the shoulders down. And then inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale out to the side. Let's make our way over to a lunge position. So in this position, you're going to bend the back knee and really get your butt under so that we get a nice stretch in the hip flexors here. So this is really stretching, this is engaged. And then from here, let's try and keep that as you straighten the leg. We'll do that a couple times. Bend, tuck under a little, and straighten. And one more time. I think this is so important because we sit a lot in our day, or we walk a lot, or this gets really tight. And extend, and it can pull on the low back. So it's really nice to open it up. Inhale, lift up. Let's take a side bend. And then you can just turn your gaze down for a moment and then gently maybe look straight ahead, or maybe you want to look up and then rise up. You can stay in this pose if it's easier, or we're going to turn the back foot out and come into warrior one. So inhale here, you could reach the left arm up, you could reach both arms up and find yourself in warrior one. If you wanted to, you could take your hands together, but if the shoulders were tight, you could stay apart and lift up to go back. Really feeling warrior one. Breathing, breathing. And then inhale, rise up. Let's go to warrior two. So we're going to open it up a little bit. So now I'm facing this way, and then I'm going to just turn my gaze, but I keep opening the hips. Inhale. And breathe, and feeling a nice stretch across the chest, engagement in the back, opening in the hips. Breathe. One more breath. And then we'll go to the other side. So we'll come back into that lunge pose. Remember, we're stretching the front of the hips. So take that butt under, and then we're going to work to straighten. We'll do that a few times. Take the butt under, and then work to straighten. It doesn't have to straighten, it can stay bent. The main thing is you want to feel this stretch, trying to keep that butt under. And then inhale, reach the arm up, and we'll take a gentle side bend to the left. You could take your gaze down, and then maybe look straight ahead. Maybe you want to take it up, and then rise up. You could stay in the lunge if that was better on your hips, or turn your back foot out a little bit and come to warrior one. So we're still trying to take this butt under as we reach one arm up, maybe two. Maybe you want to take your hands together, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Lift up to go back. Do what is feeling great in your body. Lift up to go back. And then inhale, rise up, and we're going to find ourselves in warrior two. So everything opens up a little bit. So really open, and then you're just going to turn your gaze. Feel the back muscles strong, the shoulders down, and breathe. Breathe. And then inhale here. Let's make our way over to goddess pose. So you can be nice and open here and nice and wide, and just for a moment, sit up as tall as you can, and then we're going to come forward. You can, maybe some of you can take your hands to the floor and just surrender forward. Try to stick your butt out here. Don't round your back. Just do the best you can. You can surrender down if you wanted to. And then we're gonna come forward again. Maybe you're here, and we'll come all the way up. And just stay here for a moment. Work on opening those knees, sitting up tall. And then we're gonna take the feet closer together, and we're gonna come into a squat. So I'm wider than hip width, and my feet turn out a little. That's what my hips like to do. That's okay. We're gonna lean forward, stick your butt out so you engage the glutes and come up. And when you stand up, stand all the way up. So you stretch the hip flexors, go back, stick your butt out, go down, lean forward, stick your butt out and rise up. Feel that nice tall stance and come back down. And last one, and rising up. And now we're gonna take it to a down dog variation. I'm gonna turn just so that you can get a better visual. So, but you don't have to move your chair. You keep it against the wall, if that's where you are. We're gonna come into a hinge here. So I'm hinging at my hip sockets here. And then take your hands down. You have to adjust to what feels good in your body, and you'll feel the hamstring stretch. That's the goal here. Try to keep your back straight. So notice, is your back rounding when you're doing this? You might need to bend your knees and try and get your butt back. Just notice that. Wherever you are, can you tuck your butt under for a moment and then stick it out? Just try that a couple times. We're moving the pelvis. Tuck it under, pull the belly in, and stick it out. And we'll do that one more time. And stick it out, and then reach. And notice, can you get a nice hamstring stretch? If you were having a hard time, you could go wider. You could even be up higher. Just notice, do you feel the back of the legs? And breathe. Breathe into that. And then from here, we're gonna slowly, you can walk a little closer. See if you can extend from your spine and rise up. And then we'll come back down to seated. So I'll just put the chair back. And you could reach your arms forward, try and stick your butt out, and come down. And then from here, let's go ahead and let the right leg come up and pull the knee up into your chest. Just feel that. And try to sit up. And now we're gonna open the knee out and cross it. And sit way up here. If you wanted to, and if it was accessible to you, you could come forward. And you're trying to open this knee. We're getting a nice outer hip stretch. And just stay where you are for a moment. Let's take it into a little bit of a twist. So inhale here, exhale, let's turn to the left. You can take your hand inside maybe, or arch, and turn. And I'm trying to open that knee. And then inhale, come back to the center, and we'll do the other side. So let the left leg come up, pulling it into your chest, and then we're gonna gently open it out to the side. And then for a moment, sit way up. So you wanna get a feeling like you're really opening this knee as you sit. Open that knee. I'm even pressing here through the big toe mound, so the foot's active as well. And then if it was accessible, you could come forward, breathe, and then inhale, rising up. Now we're gonna take a little twist. So maybe you take your hand inside your arch, or you could be here, and just turn to the right, breathe, turn, and then inhale, come back to the center, take the foot down. Inhale, let's come into a back bend, lift the sternum, and arch your back. And if it feels accessible and you want to try, you can reach. And then we'll come down through heart center. Now we're coming into the final forward fold. Paschimottanasana. So this is a great stretch to the hamstrings. You want to get to the edge of your chair as best you can and really get a sense of length in your low spine. If you have to, you could bend your knees at first and then try to straighten. Get that back extended and then try to straighten. And then we're going to take it all the way down as best you can. So you could stay here and just round over. Just go to where your body can. Feel the deep hip crease.
as you go into this forward fold. You could pull the toes back and really get more calves. A lot of hamstrings. And then inhale, lengthen.
And rise up. And then let's just take a moment here. We're going to come to a close. So just notice where you are now as opposed to the beginning of class. And can you stay in this place of change with open acceptance and opportunity and curiosity, and let that resonate in everything you do? Namaste.